Yes, sir. So today we are going to discuss our subjects name as analog circuits, and in this subjects we are discussing the subject name as analog circuits and topic name as feedback amplifier. Introduction of feedback amplifier: the phenomenon of feeding the portion to the output of signal back to the input signals. Means this is the this is the output signal, and we are some portion of output signal we are giving to the, again using the feedback to the input signal again. So what this is definition is, here output signals of some back we are giving to the input signals. Here this is system is known as feedback system. Feedback is nothing but we are providing the output some part using the feedback network to the input. The part and this part is decided by the this feedback networks, how much parts we are providing. So this is the decided by the output. The effective resultant dependence between the output and input, output and the output and input, and effective control that can be obtained in the working of the circuit. The feedback is two types. First, positive feedbacks. Second is negative feedbacks. So we will discuss one by one. What is the positive feedback? In positive feedback, the feedback energy nothing but which be positive or negative. In positive feedback means this output is coming from here, will be add into here, so we can write RT plus, this is the aid into it, this is the feedback. We can write this in its feedback signal. Suppose this is the this is the RT, and this if this is the CT. So this is suppose the CT. So we are providing it. This is the if these CT and RT are adding. So this network is positive feedback. So positive feedback energy or voltage is phase with inputs and aid the positive feedback, increase the gain, also decrease the distortions and instability. So positive feedback in positive, we can add the RT, we can add the RT here RT, and here is also plus, here is also plus. This is coming from the CT, from the feedback amplifier, and this is the. So here there are two things. First, increase the distortion. This will increase this distortion, noise and instability. So positive feedback and drawback, this increase the distortion, it increase the signal distortion and increase the instability. Because of positive feedback, the signal become too unstable. So that signal become too unstable. So because of these disadvantages, the positive feedback rarely used as amplifier. It can be, but positive feedback used as oscillator, semi-trigger, these circuits we can use the as in positive feedback. So positive feedback generally used in a positive feedback generally used in positive feedback generally used in application of positive feedback. Application we can see, application is a पहला is a oscillator में we can use the oscillator. Second, we can also use the symmetrical symmetrical, and so we can use in this way all these things. So this is the positive feedback. Here in positive feedback we can see this is the input signal, 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 and this is the one amplifier that introduced the 180 phase shift. Suppose that 180 phase shift is nothing but means here we are saying that this input is in this polarity, this is the polar, then here because of 180 feedback is changed to opposite polarity like this. Because why this will happen? Because of positive feedback, because of positive feedback this will happen. Again here the we can use the network circuit, that will also create a 180 phase shift. Here we have this, like after this signal again is changed into this signal. Again change into this signal. And Vf is a phase shift with Vin. Then again we will discuss the negative or degenerative feedback. In negative feedback, the feedback energy or voltage is out of the phase with input signals. This and thus it opposes the negative feedback, reduce the gain. In positive feedback gain was increased, but in positive feedback it reduced the gain. Memorize this word, it reduced the gain of the amplifier. It also reduced the distortion and instability. System become too stable using the positive feedback. In negative feedback, system is going to unstable. This main different. The positive feedback bandwidth, in positive feedback bandwidth increases because we know bandwidth into gain, and in case of amplifier bandwidth into closed loop gain always must be constant. So in positive feedback the gain is decreases, so that's why bandwidth increase. Yes, it increase the bandwidth and improve the input and output impedance. Then in case of positive amplifier the gain is decreased because gain is increased, that's why bandwidth increase. So main concept of here in negative feedback, it increase the gain and increase it decrease the gain and increase the stability, increase the bandwidth and decrease the noise due to so this feedback increase the bandwidth and improve the input and output. Due to these advantages, these are the advantages of design any system. So negative feedback frequently used as amplifiers. So in case of amplifier we can use the negative feedback. So how the negative feedback diagram look like this? Here this is the positive feed, this is the positive, it creates the 180 phase shift. This is the up 180, these signals are 180 phase shift, this signal one. Then here negative feedback, it will introduce the 0 phase. In case of positive feedback it was the 180 phase shift, but in case of negative feedback it is the only 0 shift. What if signals comes here, then same signals will come here. We have 150 out of the input phase. So means here this can be subtract. In case of positive feedback, this output feedback output and inputs are adding, but in case of negative feedback amplifier these signals are subtracting. That's why gain is reduced. Because of gain is reduced, then bandwidth increase and it increase the stability, and it also improve the input and output impedance. That's why generally we can use the positive feedback, negative feedback in case of amplifier, in case of symmetrical an oscillator we can use the positive. So we can see the comparison between the positive feedback and negative feedback. The feedback energy, the phase shift there, in case of negative feedback, we can feedback energy is out of phase with their inputs. We have seen just, so this is the input and this is the output. These are opposite with phases. This is the in positive feedback, the energy phase with inputs. This energy and this energy are opposite to each other in case of negative feedback. In case of positive feedback, these are same in phase. That's why. Next, the gain of amplifier decreases. In case of, we have also discussed the gain of amplifier decreases. In case of negative amplifier, we can see the gain of amplifier will also here increase. It increase the stability. We have also discussed increase the stability, and stability in positive feedback amplifier will decreases. The noise and distortion can be decreases. Here noise and distortion, external noise or external distortion, that will be reduced. But in case of a positive feedback amplifier, the noise and distortion will be increases. That's increase the bandwidth and decrease the bandwidth. Use an amplifier and use the oscillator. The principle of feedback amplifier. The feedback amplifier generally consists of the two parts. They are amplify and feedback the circuits. The feedback circuit usually consists of the resistor. So we can the resistor. The concept of feedback amplifier can be understood. So we can generally feedback consists of the two parts. First is amplifier, and second the feedback circuit. What we have discussed until the feedback circuit, usually we can use the resistors generally. So this is the any feedback amplifier. This is the feedback amplifier A. This is the input, and this is the output, and this is the feedback network beta. This network generally consists of some like resistor like this, R1 and R2. This is the, suppose that this is the output here, V0. When V0 multiply into beta, so here Vf is nothing but beta into V0. Then V is the input here, Vf. So this is the Vi is nothing but, how we deciding the Vi, this is the our Vi is nothing but Vs plus minus Vf. What type of, this is the, we can see the output here. So the generally amplifier which consists of all these things. And this is the general diagram how this here we can use the comparator. You can this is the comparator and mixer, two circuit, like here there is compressor, and this is the input XL, and this is the output. A0 equal to A0 Xi into Ai. This is the load RL, the basic amplifier A, and the differential signal X equal to XD equal to Xi into this XD. This is the, what is the differential signal is nothing but what is this differential signal, how XX into XD is nothing but SS into XF. This is the XD. This XD we can use this XD we can use the XD is nothing but XI, amplifier input, and this is the gain of amplifier. That's why output signal equal to gain of amplifier into input of the amplifier. In the above figure, the gain of amplifier represented as A, and the gain of amplifier is the ratio of output voltage to the input voltage Vi. The feedback network extract the voltage Vf equal to beta into V0 from the output of amplifier. The voltage is subtracted from the negative feedback. This voltage is subtracted for negative feedback from the signal voltage V0. Then Vi equal to Vs minus Vf into Vs minus, what is the Vf? Beta into output. This is a beta feedback network. We can see this is Vi is nothing but Vs. This is the source voltages, and Vf the feedback network. We know the beta is nothing but Vs minus. We have already seen this is the Xf, which is the beta into X0 output. So the quantity of beta Vf minus V0. We have to memorize this quantity beta is equal to Vf minus. This is the Vf minus V0 is called feedback ratio or feedback fractions. The output voltage must be equal to input voltage. So Vs minus beta 0 is multiplied by the gain A. So beta, this is the beta Vs minus V0. So we have here we are seeing that the signals, again we can see here output. So this is the X0 output, and this is the A0 into Xi. Xi we have already know. This is the Vs into beta into V0, A into A into V0. The output V0 must be equal to the input voltage Vs minus beta 0 is multiplied by the gain A. That's equal to output voltages. So we can multiply this A into beta 0, A into beta 0, Vs 0. Then again A base 0, and this term we can take here. Again we can so we know here, because before that so V0 we are liking V0 equal to Vi into gain A. Then again we have seen the V0, what is the Vi is nothing but Vs into beta 0 into A. Again Vs into A minus V0 into A. Again this was the V0. We are writing here V0. Vs into A minus beta into A into A. We can take this input. So Vs equal to V0 plus beta V0 into A equal to Vs into A. Take the V0 common, then 1 plus beta into A into Vs into A. Then we can write the A0 V0 into Vs into A divided by we can take this term divided, then A plus beta into A. Then we can write V0 into Vs equal to A divided by 1 plus AB into beta is nothing but feedback amplifier gain. This was the feedback amplifier gain AF. The effect of so this is the final feedback amplifier. This is the AVF. How we are writing A into Vs into, so how we are driving the feedback amplifier. This is the feedback A plus A into beta. So we will see the effect of negative feedback amplifier. Effect of negative feedback on the amplifier. पहला the effective of the negative feedback on amplifier is considered is a relation to the gain and stability, the distortion noise, input output impedance and bandwidth gain is a product. The effective of negative feedback amplifier is considered as a relation to the gain stability. First we can see the relation gain stability, distortion noise, input output, bandwidth gap. दूसरा the gain of amplifier with the feedback is equal to AF equal to we have calculated this AF equal to 1 plus A into beta, the gain of amplifier with the gain as we can see. So here we can see A is AF is less than A means the gain is decreases when we are using the feedback. That's why the gain is decreases. Then stability. An important advantage of negative feedback amplifier is that the resultant of the gain of amplifier that can be made independent of the transistors parameters and supply voltages. So stability, this means importance of negative feedback, that the feedback is that the resultant of the gain, this gain is the resultant means this gain of amplifier that can be made independent of the transistor parameter, that can independent or supply voltage variations. Means AF equal to this gain positive feedback A divided by 1 plus A. For negative voltage feedback and amplifier to be effective, the designer deliberately make the product AB is much greater than unity. Therefore, in the above relationship, one can be neglected compared to A into beta expression. AF equal to A divided by 1 plus A into beta we can see that if we can consider A equal to A0, if A approximately we can consider, means if we consider A plus beta is higher than compared to, so we can write direct A. So here so we can write A divided by A into beta, then we can cut this equal to 1 upon beta. It may be seen that the given gain now depend on only upon the feedback fractions beta. on characteristics of feedback circuits. As a feedback circuits is usually the voltage divider or resistance input. Therefore, it is unaffected by the change in temperature variation in transfer parameters and frequency. This is the gain of amplifier can be extremely unstable. The power amplifier will have non-linear distortion because of large signal variations there. The negative feedback reduce the non-linearity distortion. It can be provided mathematically. Again we can see in similar manner we can write the distortion df equal to d divided by original distortion signal into a into beta. Means in negative feedback we can also see that the distortion is reduced. This is a distortion amplifier without feedback. df is the distortion amplifier with feedback. So we can it is clear that by applying the negative feedback distortion can be reduced by 1 plus a into beta times. The noise similar manner noise can be also reduced. The number of there are number of sources or noise amplifier there's noise and that can be reduced by a plus beta into factor. Similarly manner the non-linear distortion or noise that can be given by. However, it is necessary to increase the gain to its original level by the additions of another large states. So then output impedance. We can also see the input and output impedance. The input and output impedance then comes improved by 1 plus beta times. Then gain bandwidth. So each of higher and lower cutoff frequency will improve by the 1 plus beta into factor 1 plus beta into factor. However, the gain bandwidth products remain constant. Here because the gain is decreasing up to here gain is decreasing. Up to here gain is decreasing and bandwidth is increased. So HF is a plus H FH into a plus 1 plus beta into AB. We can see the classifications of amplifier. So there is four type of classifications of amplifier. We have this is an important question they will ask the exam. So you have to study very carefully. So the classification of amplifier we can see the amplifier that can be classified in broadly four types. First, voltage amplifiers. This voltage amplifier means input is voltage and output is also voltage. Means input is a voltage and output is also will be voltage. That's so output will be also a voltages. And current amplifiers input is also current and output. Transcontact amplifier it will different. If the input is voltages, then output is resistance. In trans resistance amplifier, resistance is nothing but R by output voltage by input current. Input current means this is the resistance. Means output will be the trans resistance. Output will be voltages, and the current will be input. In input terminal that will be current. In case of transconductance, this was it just will be opposite. Voltage here at output transconductance G, at output terminal current will be there and input terminal voltage will be there. So this is the four type of classification we will see. First is a voltage amplifier, second is a current amplifier, third is a transconductance amplifier, then trans resistance amplifier. So first this is the voltage amplifier. So this circuit look like this. This is RS, a source resistance. We will see this RS is a source resistance. What VS is a source. This is the source, and that source resistance is RS. RI is input resistance of that, but we have to consider RI is much greater than the source resistance, so that the more current will not flow through the amplifier. And this is the R0 and RL is the load resistance. This is the equivalent circuit of the voltage amplifier. So here we are seeing that here at input terminal, this is the voltage also at the input terminal, this is the voltages in input terminal, at the output terminal also voltages, output terminal also voltages. Then current amplifier, what is the current amplifier? Ri is input voltage, Rs is the output voltage. So this is the, in this circuit can be using the Thevenin theorem, we can convert this circuit into voltage. So this current will be, because voltage is nothing but, using the Thevenin theorem, V equal to I into R. This Rs will come to parallel, and that I is nothing but, this I value is nothing but Vs. What is the value of initial source Vs by Rs? So here Rs is much greater. In case of current amplifier, this Rs is much greater than this Rs is source. In case of current amplifier, the source resistance is much greater than input resistance. Again here is also conversion. This again this is the voltage, then that can be converted into current. Again here we can use the Norton theorem. By using the Norton theorem, we can convert this circuit into this circuit again. So V equal to, again voltage, but we can see the Thevenin theorem, how we are changing that. Thevenin theorem statement says that this is the rest voltage VTH so this, it can be converted into current, into voltage, current, and resistance. This resistance initially in volt, in when it was the voltage sources, so then this resistance was in that when we have considered the voltage, so this resistance here must be series. If we can take the current, then this resistance must be in parallel. This is the Norton equivalent. This is, both circuit are Norton equivalent. In previous circuit, this was the Thevenin equivalent. Only conversion is this. So in case of when we voltage in series with resistance, so it will behave like a voltage amplifier. When current is parallel with resistance, that time this behave like a current amplifier, because input is also current, output is also current. This is a current equivalent circuit of the current amplifier. Then we will see the transconductance amplifier. We know the transconductance is nothing current divided by voltage, just opposite to trans resistance. This is the ratio of current divided by a voltage. This is the called it trans resistance, transconductance. Ri is input impedance, Rs, Ri is greater than Rs. In case of when we consider the voltage sources, generally this Ri much greater than the source voltage. When we consider the current circuit, Norton's equivalent means current is parallel to the resistance. That time the input resistance is less than the source resistance. So here this is the series resistance. That time this input resistance is much greater than source resistance. So thus it will not draw the more current directly. So that's why it reduce the losses. Next R0. R0 is load resistance. R0 is a load resistance. R0 is a load resistance. In case of load resistance, this is a transconduction. At output terminal will be current is there. Then above circuit, this in here resistance is. Here we can see this is the current source. In the current source transconductor, current is resistance, then here the resistance will be parallel, and then R0, this R0 much greater than load resistance. So this is the equivalent transconductor equivalent circuits. Next, trans resistance means input. Trans resistance means at the output terminal voltage is there, input terminal current is there. Resistance Ri Vi. So input terminal, this is the input terminal, current is there, and output terminal will be voltage will there. When we use the current is here, so we have to take the parallel resistance with current source, and this circuit is dependence. Again we are using the output terminal is the voltage, so we can use the voltage in series with this voltage. We have to take the source resistance or output resistance. This is the equivalent circuit of trans resistance amplifier. So what we have discussed, so we can see in summary way in positive feedback amplifier how we can see. Thank you so much.
अंकल यहाँ से आता है सर, आप जहाँ से आते हैं ना वो स्ट्रेट रास्ते में वही आता है। वही हाँ, तो उस टाइम पे आते मुझे आगे भी बताना है।
Voltage amplifier. Voltage in case of voltage amplifier, in case of voltage amplifier, the output input terminal is a voltages and outer terminal also voltages. Input impedance is high and output impedance is low. Means if we see the input impedance directly, the input impedance, what is the input impedance, how we can write the input impedance is nothing but Ri. Means this input impedance is high, Ri is nothing but R feedback in Ri into how much extra 1 plus beta time, and output impedance is low, means R0 of feedback is nothing but equal to Ri divided by 1 plus A into beta. So this is the how output here in case of also we can also in this is the A into beta. So A into beta into times, then again we can see 1 plus beta into A. Actually we are not able to write this equation, so how the output impedance, how the input impedance will affect. One into beta time. In case of current amplifier, current is input, output is also current. This is the low. Input impedance is here low. How and how much? How this can be? How will we write this? This is the Ri of feedback is nothing but Ri divided by initial A plus beta. Again low. In case of transconductance amplifier, where it means low means 1 plus beta time is divided original resistance, high means 1 plus beta time is multiplied into resistance. So then in case of transconductance, voltage and input output current, this must be high, both must be high. In case of transconductor, input resistance, output resistance, both must be high. In case of trans resistance, input must be current, output must be voltage, and both must be low. So this is, so we can see the classification topology. We can see the feedback classification of feedback amplifier. So there are 4 type of amplifier is there. Pehla voltage series amplifier. Until we are discussing the type of amplifier, what classification based on the classification of the basics amplifier, this classic voltage current series, and this next we will discuss about the classification of feedback amplifier. Just it was the amplifier, classification of the amplifier. This classification of this is the simple classifications are like right now we can see the feedback classification of feedback amplifier. classification of feedback amplifier. Next class we will discuss this topic, classification of feedback amplifier, after